going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a great night so far. It is Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday the 13th. Hope you guys had a great week. Let's watch some court. I've got a good docket for you guys tonight. We're gonna start off in Texas for a landlord-tenant case. And yeah, landlord-tenant cases, they can be boring. This one has some spice to it. In more ways than one, actually. I probably shouldn't have said that. What's up, Mike? Who I saw Janie jumped in here. What's up, Janie and John? John May. Long time no see, bud. Hope you're doing well. What's up, peeps? All right. Sparkle's here too. Michelle, welcome. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's watch some court. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go. What's up? No, the biggest suck up there is. No. Okay, let's go. No.
Good morning. I have someone in the court named Abby. Sir,
That's
tell me
me. That's my middle name.
Which case are you here with?
My name is Mohammed Abdul Razak, but nickname is Abby.
Good morning, sir. You're my plaintiff in cause 241072. All right. Thank you for being here. And do we have anyone here on behalf of the defendant, Naheed Malik?
Yes, this is Naheed Malik.
Good morning to you both. All right. Mr. Razik, why is this eviction sought?
I gave him a verbal notice on May the 30th. And
All right. Right off the bat, Janie, so good to see you. My favorite Kiwi. You know you're my favorite Kiwi. I'm here, Colin. Got one. Thank you so much for being here, Janie. I hope you're well. I really do. And yeah, it's super early for you right now. I know it's super early. So thank you so much for hanging out. Mary Brown, new member. Wait a second. I feel like this is going to be one of those that it's going to come up here in a few minutes that says you've been a member for X amount of months, because I know you're not a new member. But Mary Brown, thank you so much. Can't wait to see what your milestone is.
then on the June the 30th, verbal notice, I told him to leave my premise. And then I sent him a certified letter on the 14th of August. And then I went to the court, JP court, on the 19th.
All right. Why are you asking him to move out?
He was a friend of my son, and they are both going to Texas State University, and Mr. Malik already graduated. So I told him to get a job, real job, and we were doing him a favor, like a family friend. So right now it's a family dwelling, and we need some privacy. It's a house. This is not a rental property.
Okay. Did you have an agreement with the defendant that he could live in the property?
I did not have any agreement, written agreement. No, ma'am. No,
It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be in writing, sir. I'm just asking. Like, he didn't break into the property. Y'all granted him permission to come and stay there. Correct?
Hey, that is some sweet hair. It actually kind of looks like mine. Hold on.
No, he did not break anything. No.
Okay. Did he have to pay you any amount of money? Was he supposed to pay rent?
He did not pay my rent on time. Like he's supposed to pay rent on the first of the month.
How much was he supposed to pay?
All delinquent.
That's not what I'm asking. Just answer my question, sir. How much rent was he supposed to be paying?
$300 per month.
$300 a month. Okay. And he didn't pay that $300 every month.
Not every month. No, he was delinquent.
Okay. What's the reason in the letter that you gave him for why you want him to move out?
I told him that, he has a back rent, and then you need to catch up. And we don't have room for him at this house right now. This is a family house,
Okay,
single
that's fine.
family residence.
So one is that he didn't pay, and the other is that you don't want him to be there anymore. You'd rather have the space back.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What months did he not pay?
He didn't pay a lot of the month.
Yeah, all of the months. All of the months. This is crazy. Now I get that. Okay, so let's rewind a little bit. I've been having fun. I need to read off these super chats. Sparkle, thank you so much. I'm gonna hit all the super chats here in a second, but he was a friend of his son's, moved into their family house, $300 a month while he was in school. That's fair and very nice of this man to do that for him. Now he's out of school, he graduated, and he's not leaving. And it's gonna come out. He hasn't paid anything. Dude hasn't paid like $300 a month, man. What are you doing? And he fights it. Oh, like I said, this gets spicy. All right, Nunya Business, 6 months. Thank you so much, Nunya. Half a year. Someone did say milestone. Thank you so much, Nunya. Reseller road trip adventures. Member for 4 months. Hit that thumbs up and show your love. Thank you so much, reseller. I appreciate it. And Janie with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Janie. And welcome to the 5 new members. I appreciate it, Janie. And of course, the one and only, the legend, Sparkle Poots, member for 8 months. Thank you so much, Sparkle. I appreciate it. Okay. All right, let's play this clip. Sorry, I'm laughing because this whole thing is just silly to me. That this father, it's not his dad, it's his friend's dad, but I'm gonna keep calling him the dad just because that's his position in the house, right? He's at his wit's end with this guy. But the guy, okay, you know what? I'm not spoiling it. Let's go.
Then you can ask him because
I'm
my
asking.
wife is the one accountant and she gave money to my wife. I never keep a record, but he can tell you, Your Honor.
He doesn't have to, sir. In the letter that you told me you gave him on May 30th and on June 30th and on August 14th, in any of those letters, does it say you owe rent for these months?
On the 14th of August, I told him that he needs to pay, and then he didn't pay attention. And then I went to your court, JP court, on the 3rd, on the 19th, and I told him how much he owes, how much he is behind, and then he's not welcome in the house anymore. Okay. Because he's not a family friend anymore.
How much do
Yes, him and his wife both live there. I don't know what they're doing. Like this is a house, and what it sounds like is they're renting a room in this house. I mean, are they trying to like start a family in this house? Like this doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. You're not a part of the family.
do you say he owes you?
He was like more than 5,000 plus.
How did you come to $5,000, sir? Has he not paid rent for 16 months?
Yes, ma'am. During the COVID, everybody.
All right, I will let this video play out eventually, but I wanted to bring this up. Mary Brown, no, I know you've been here. I know you've been here. I know who you are. Thank you so much for the super chat. Don't worry. Yeah, that membership, even if you have to skip a month, it does. It's gonna catch up, so it will pop up here shortly. You might have it might re-trigger and let you do another milestone here shortly, and it'll tell you how many months you've been a member. But I do want to also say, well, Kathy Berry, thank you so much for your 7 months. You were awesome, Kathy Berry. Thank you. We have Aaron Reese in the house. I'm trying to find. There we go. Just trying to find one of your comments. Aaron Reese is an awesome man. He really is. I met him in person. when Irish Demon came to town. Aaron Reese, he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. So everyone, make sure you make him feel welcome. Good to see you, Aaron. Aaron, the Aaron that did not mess up.
He was having difficulty and he was staying in the house. At that time, I was a little bit lenient, gave with everybody, and he was the student. I didn't want him to pay every month on time. Everybody had some problem with the health problem. So I was lenient.
Yeah, that's 4 years ago, sir. We're today, September 2024. You gave him a letter that told him he owed you in your petition with the court, you said he owes you $5,000. Do you have some ledger or an accounting that indicates how you calculated $5,000?
Yes, ma'am. Just hold on. It okay? Yes. Easy. It okay? ওই পেপার নিয়ে আসো, কত পে করতেছে।
No, that's a great.
My wife is coming. She's the one who does the bookkeeping. I don't, and he's the one, Mr. Nahid. He gives rent to my wife. I have never seen any transaction. Always, she takes care of the family expenses.
Mr. Razak, when you gave
She's
him
coming with the book
that's
bookkeeping.
fine. When you told him to move out, when you gave him the letter, how much time did you give him to move out?
I gave him like a 72 hours because I wanted I sent him a certified letter on the 14th. And then I also went to your office on the 19th. Then I filed, because I have never done this thing before, because I was being nice to him, but he was not working, because he should take it seriously, because he should be getting a real job.
Okay, all right. All of those things may be true, but they're not important for me to determine whether or not you have the right to evict this gentleman. All right. Mr. Malik, while we're waiting for them to come up with a calculation, what I've heard from the plaintiff is that you've been a tenant. There was an obligation to pay rent. He says that you hadn't paid rent on a regular basis, and so they gave you 3 notices to vacate, the final one being August 14th that said you've got to be out in 3 days.
No, it's not true.
Tell me your version of things.
First of all, I haven't received any letter. That's I would say. But we talk about it. He asked me. He tell me like hundreds of words. If I counted, I would be a different person.
Mr. Malik,
okay? So he asked me like, okay, you
Mr.
need to
Malik,
move out.
Mr. Malik, let me stop you and ask you a very important question.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
The plaintiff,
Your Honor.
he said he told you 3 times in
No.
writing, in May,
No writing.
in June, and in August.
No writing.
Right now, are you telling me under oath that you've never received anything in writing? No emails, no letters, no notes, nothing whatsoever in writing from the plaintiff that he wants you to move out of the house?
Yes.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Mr. Razak, do you have any copies of the letters that you say you sent the defendant?
On the 14th of August, I sent him a certified letter with return receipt requested.
Do you have a copy for me to see that letter? Because you didn't supply that when you filed your lawsuit. Do you have that? You have a copy of the letter to prove it?
Yeah, all right. This guy isn't a landlord. He's not a landlord. This is his son's friend that he was renting a room out just to be nice to him. He's not a landlord. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not prepared at all. He has to keep going to his wife to get things. Nanya, that is extremely generous. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships, Nanya. Welcome to the 10 new members. Thank you so much, Nanya. That is awesome. And I know you did this just so I say your name. Cheshire Cat, thank you so much for the gifted membership. Welcome to the new member, Cheshire Cat. All right. I've stopped practicing your name, by the way. Ever since I made that admission on stream, I don't do it anymore. It's also not true. I still do it.
Your Honor, I would say like it's a totally misunderstanding.
Mr. Malik, gotta wait till the plaintiff comes back, okay? Let's wait till we have everyone in front of us.
Okay.
But thank you.
I'm showing you this picture of this.
Okay. I forgot to edit this out. He's gonna put up this address into the camera. You can't see it because it never focuses. But if it anywhere it comes close to focusing, I'm fast forwarding it, just so you guys know. Because yeah, he's not good at tech. I remember watching this and making sure, but yeah, okay.
Certified letter with return receipt requested.
Do you have the letter?
I sent the letter in the mail. I didn't make any copy.
I
But
can't read
sent
that,
him a
sir.
letter, certified letter with
I-
return receipt requested.
Mr. Razak, I can't read the certified slip you're trying to show me.
Okay.
Can you take a photo of it and email it to the court?
No, ma'am, I don't have the capability. I'm a little bit illiterate on computer.
Let me see that receipt again. Mr. Razak, pull it towards you. It's too close to the camera. I can't see it.
All right, I just fast
Excuse
forwarded.
me?
How much is the value? What did you pay?
All we missed was probably a minute of the judge saying, "Pull it closer, pull it farther away, pull it closer, pull it farther away." She just wanted to see the date. Is all she wanted to see.
On the stamp there, it says how much you paid. How much was the postage fee?
It was like a 950.
Is it like 950 or does it say 950?
990.
990. And does it say that you paid for Did you pay for certified mail and a return receipt?
Return receipt requested, yes, ma'am.
Did you get the return receipt back?
I did not get the return receipt because he didn't pick it up. Maybe, I don't know what happened.
All right. And Mr. Malik, now you know that the plaintiff wants to evict you, right? That's why we're here today.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
No,
yes,
not
ma'am.
Mr. Razak. I'm not asking you. I'm asking Mr. Malik, the defendant,
Okay.
Naheed. Mr. Malik,
Yes.
are you still living in the plaintiff's property?
Yes, I'm living still in his property.
When do you plan to move out?
End of this month.
He wants you gone as of last month. Why didn't you leave when he told you he wanted you to move? Because he says he told you 3 times.
He has been telling me a lot of words, but like I usually deal with his wife and I pay rent to his wife.
When's the last time
And-
you paid rent to his wife? When's the last time you paid rent to his wife?
On last month, August 29th or 30th. And I paid to her
Is that for
1200
August rent or September?
August.
You paid August rent at the end of the month?
No, like the way it's working out, first of all, we didn't have any legal agreement. And second of all, like right now, instead of 300 last month, I paid it to her $1,200. Whatever was my due, I'm paying to her like whatever was my due, like I'm paying to her. I'm trying to cover it up.
Do you have any proof that you've made payments on time?
No, I do not have proof, and I believe like I did not have much obligation to pay it on time, and as long as I pay on the month.
Mr. Razak?
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor.
Yeah, you told me that you told him 3 times, in May and in June as well. How did you give him notice to move out in May and in June?
Verbal notice. I had a meeting with him. I told him.
Yep.
Yes.
You didn't put it in writing, you just told him.
Yes.
So the only thing you ever put in writing is the one that you mailed August 14th that he didn't get.
Right.
And you didn't keep a copy of that, so I have no idea what it says. Right? You don't have a copy of the letter that you mailed him?
Ma'am, I'm a little hard of hearing.
Do you have a copy of the letter that you mailed him on August 14th?
No, ma'am, I don't.
And the letter, he did not receive it because you didn't get back the return receipt. He never picked it up.
I thought he was supposed to pick it up. That's
But
why
he didn't. But he didn't.
That's correct. Because I didn't get the return receipt. I didn't get it back. So maybe he didn't receive it or he didn't go to the post office.
Did your wife ever find the proof or the information you had about payment?
Yes, okay. Just a minute, ma'am. She's coming. Can you post her, whatever, they can see, how much they pay. Ma'am, he paid like a $1,200 on August, but he never paid on June. He was supposed to pay on July. He was supposed to pay on first of the month. He never paid. He's always behind.
Has he, Mr. Razak, if y'all didn't put it in writing that he was supposed to pay on the first, and he's never paid on the first, and your wife has allowed him to pay late all these years, which, I mean, you said he's been there since 2020. I don't find that's very convincing. I mean, if you don't enforce the rule, at some point it doesn't become a rule anymore. So what specifically in the letter that you sent him on August 14th is the reason you wanted to evict him? Is it that he didn't pay, or is it that you just don't want him to be a tenant anymore?
He didn't pay rent on time, and he was not welcome anymore because he was a friend of my son, and he already graduated, and he should get a real job and live in the real world.
Okay, just so I'm clear on the fact pattern here. He's been living with you for 4 years.
Yes, ma'am. Your
And
Honor.
in 4 years' time, you've never put it in writing what the agreement is.
That's
You've had
correct.
a verbal agreement only.
Verbal agreement.
And in that 4 years' time, he's supposed to pay rent of $300 every month.
Every month.
Was there an agreement orally about when the $300 was supposed to be paid?
On the first of the month.
And in the last 4 years, has he paid it on the first of the month?
He never paid on the first of the month. Never. I'm looking at the bookkeeping here. All was behind. And I was not a typical landlord.
But none of those times in the past gave you a reason to tell him, I want you to move out.
No, ma'am, because he was going to school and my son was going to school. They're going to school, and he was a family friend. So we were trying to accommodate him in our house because he approached through my son that needs a place to stay.
Okay, circumstances change though, and now you don't want him to be there anymore.
Exactly. Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
And you didn't tell him that in writing until August on the 14th.
Correct. Officially, yes.
Okay, and on August 14th, you mailed a letter that told him to move out because he hasn't been paying rent on time.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you gave him 3 days to vacate.
Correct.
But he didn't get the letter because you sent it certified and he didn't go for the return receipt. Is that correct?
I didn't get the return receipt. I didn't get it back from the post office.
All right. And you haven't received the letter back at all, though.
No, ma'am.
And how did you calculate $5,000? What is that based on? What specific months are included in that $5,000?
I can show you my bookkeeping from my wife. And that is what we pay.
That's not helpful. So tell me, what months are you including to get to $5,000?
Just tell me when you didn't pay.
All of them.
$5,000.
All of the months.
$5,000 গত বছর 2019 $1,500 ডিউ, 20 $1,500 ডিউ, 21 $1,000 ডিউ।
In 2019, he was delinquent like a $1,500. In 2020, he was delinquent $2,100.
এটা দিছে আর এটা দেয়নি।
So in 19,
এত টাকা দিছে আর এত টাকা দেয়নি।
he was delinquent like $1,500. In 2020, he was delinquent $1,500.
21
And 21, he's delinquent $1,000.
ঠিকমতো দিছে, 23 ঠিকমতো দিছে।
And now he's not even paying on time, so he's behind all the time. He never tried to do catch up.
All right. One last question then, because I'm reading it all through here. When you mailed the letter on August 14th, did you also give him a copy by putting it on the front door? Or did you just mail it? Is that the only way you sent it?
Ma'am. I just mailed it. I never gave him any notice. Like, I'm not a typical landlord.
Yeah. Okay.
I went to the Texas Law Library and they gave me some advice on how I have to give him at least 72 hours notice. And they told me I can send him a certified letter. And that is what I did.
And then you filed your lawsuit on Monday the 19th with us?
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I missed this the first time. What did this guy just drink? Did you guys see this? Rewinding it. Hopefully, it looks like a rocks glass. That's all I'm gonna say. I know some people drink coffee in a clear glass, but this. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think.
72 hours notice. And they told me I can send him a certified letter. And that is what I did.
And then you filed your lawsuit on Monday the 19th with us?
Yes, ma'am. Your Honor.
Yeah, it's not a good look. Not a good look at all. I didn't see that the first time I watched this, but it kind of explains a little bit.
Your Honor, can I speak for a second?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you understand, like, however, I was paying the rent and everything. And yeah, I'm really grateful, like, living in this house. And I was living here as a family member, I would say that way, like, and so, and we live in the same house. And if he would ask me, like, okay, you gotta leave or something, and you have to pay the rent, or like, we talk about different stuff. And he has been telling me you have to find a job. Yes, I'm trying to find a job. Recently, I finished my bachelor's degree. I'm trying to find a job, but it's not working out for some different reason. But I'm catching up. Instead of 300, whatever rent was due since beginning of this year, I'm paying 600. Even last month, I paid $1,200, and I'm still trying to catching up. And he's demanding $5,000, which is not true. And I know the exact amount how much I owe. Kind of.
How much do you owe, sir?
I would say close to 1,500.
Okay.
Until now.
You gotta love the statement. I know exactly how much I owe. How much do you owe, sir? close to 1,500. Doesn't sound like you know exactly how much you owe. And yeah, I know that may not have been alcohol. We have no idea, but it looked like it on my end. It did. But I'm not going to say it was. Not going to do that. Just, again, not a good look. Not a good look to be taking a swig of something in that type of glass while you're in court. It's not.
All right, I'm going to give y'all an outcome. I don't think either of you are going to
And
be
he
happy
doesn't
with
have
me,
to
but
file a eviction case on me. Like if you just tell me, okay, you have to move until next month, and
he told you to move and you didn't. He's been telling you since June. Right? I'm going to give y'all a ruling, and then y'all can take this back and y'all can do with it what you want. All right? So here's the problem, Mr. Razak. For you as the plaintiff, unfortunately, I'm going to find against you today. I'm going to find in favor of the defendant. And this is because of a timing issue. And I'm going to give you some information, and then you can take this back to the law library or to a lawyer or to anyone and research clearly what I'm saying and what you might want to do going forward, okay? So here's some conclusions of fact. So one thing I find is that there is a lease between the parties. Mr. Naheed, you agreed to pay rent to the plaintiff, and you've been living in his house for 4 years.
Answer, sir, please. Every
What'd you
time
say?
you open your pie hole, you get it worse trouble. So stay the course, will you?
Not properly enforce the payment issue. Y'all never put it in writing. He's never paid it on time. The records that y'all caught are kind of, scattered. They're informal, right? I don't see any receipts. I don't see any bookkeeping. I see a handwritten piece of paper that stretches over 4 years. Ultimately, if you want to evict him for non-payment or for not paying on time, sounds like you've got a clear-cut case for that. The defendant just admitted that he owes you $1,500 in rent. So y'all could argue over how much is owed, but what's not in dispute is that the defendant owes you money for rent. That seems pretty clear-cut. When you give your notice to vacate, though, you have to give him notice that you're evicting him for non-payment and give him an amount of time to move out. Now, you gave him 3 days, and I would say that that's the appropriate amount of time. Because you have an oral lease, but there's an agreement to pay rent, he is entitled to 3 days notice. But the 3 days only starts counting once he actually gets it. And if you had put a copy on the front door and mailed it, then you would have been all solid to file your lawsuit on the 19th. But by only mailing it and not including 3 additional days for him to move out from when he got it, you filed a little too soon. Right? Like you sued him, you sent the letter on the 14th. And the law says, if you look with me on a calendar, the law says that you have to give him 3 days to receive it from the day you mailed it. So I have to assume he got it on the 17th. And then he gets 3 days from the 17th to move out, which means he had until the end of the 20th. You actually filed 1 day too soon. And for that reason, I can't find in your favor. Now, what that means, though, Mr. Malik, for you, is that the landlord can absolutely do this again. And as long as he puts the letter on the front door and sends it in the mail, he can file this lawsuit as soon as 4 to 5 days from now.
And Your Honor, I do have another question.
Yeah, the judge was looking for any potential reason to kick this guy out. She wanted to remove him. I mean, that's just my opinion. It just seemed like she was giving this landlord, a lot of leeway on introducing evidence to the court. She believes him. She doesn't believe the kid. And yeah, she kind of went above what she should have done right there and said, just post it to his door. That's all you got to do. Judges are not supposed to say that. It's technically legal advice, but I'll forgive her for this one. She's not happy that he couldn't provide it, but yeah, he's got to go.
Question. So he's demanding $5,000, which is not true.
I wouldn't give him $5,000. At most, I would give him $1,500 because that's what you admit you owe.
Yeah. So, but based on that, I can even sue this person for overcharging me.
You can't what this person?
Can I sue this person as overcharging me?
No.
Demanding more money?
No. People sue all the time. He believes you owe him $5,000. He doesn't have good records to prove it yet. I don't know. Maybe he'll show up and be able to prove that next time. You say you believe it's $1,500. What sounds to me is that neither of you have kept good financial records. What is clear to me, though, is that if he was to refile and do it properly, he would ultimately win by possession and you would get evicted. Whether you owe him any money, the eviction is about getting you out of his property. And he's going to always be able to win that eventually.
I see.
Okay? So, Mr. Razak, you can appeal my decision today. You can start the process over. You can do both at the same time.
Thank you. Your
All
Honor.
right, but today it's judgment for the defendant due to lack of service. All right, good luck to both parties.
I don't think she meant that. I think she meant good luck, Dad. Hopefully this deadbeat leaves and you get your house back. Okay. I don't know where we're going next. I don't remember. I do have a super chat though. I think Mary Brown. I like that. I'm illiterate on a computer. I just turned 55. I'll be using that. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You know, we learn stuff from watching court. This is an educational channel, right? Yeah, technically, right? Right? We educate ourselves on the law. We have no idea what we're doing, but we educate ourselves. Hey, Taco! Good to see you, Taco. J Mid in
morning.
the house.
We have 3 files to address this morning regarding Elizabeth May Conway. File number 24847 alleges on or about March 12th that you stole property.
Now, I have to actually, my channel is technically educational for a couple different reasons. So that's why I was laughing at that. You know, it's technically educational. Yeah. All right, let's go.
That belonged to Walmart, worth more than $200. That's a misdemeanor punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $2,000. And the allegation was that you took merchandise. Is the right case? And put it in your cart. There's a video of it. The next case is 24843SM, another retail fraud at Walmart. They allege that you stole $284 worth of property and took it from the store. They charged that as also retail fraud in the second degree, which is punishable by up to a year in jail.
Now, when you set your channel up, you set different, you click different buttons. And because this is a court watching channel and we're watching the law, I set it up as an educational channel. It helps with certain things. So I don't really want to get into it, but yeah, my channel is technically set up as an educational channel. So, you might... Law Talk with Mike used to say this all the time. He stopped a while ago. But when he first started his channel, he used to always say something like, thanks for hanging out with me. I'm sorry you may have accidentally learned something. I don't remember exactly how he worded it, but that's how he worded it. So I feel like he set his channel up the same way I did.
The third count is March 18th. They allege you were at the Walmart store and that you stole, I think, a mattress that was worth more than $200. And that's also charged as a retail fraud in the third degree. That's also on video. You had missed some court dates. There was a bench warrant for your arrest. You got arrested in August, and I had you placed in custody and set the matter for pretrials today on all 3 cases. I understand there's some other things going on here. First of all, Mr. Truckee, was there a plea offer in this case?
There was an offer to 2 counts of second-degree retail fraud or 1 count of first degree.
Which would be a felony.
Correct.
Plea offer, 2 counts, retail fraud, second, which would be concurrent. Or 1 count of retail fraud.
You know, what I really wish I had right now is the clip from Pee Wee Herman where it was the movie where Pee Wee Herman picked up the hitchhiker and Pee Wee Herman asked him, "What were you in jail for?" And he's like, "I cut off the tag of the mattress." I wish I had that because that's what's in my head right now. She didn't actually steal a mattress. She walked in, cut off that tag that says you can't cut it off, and then walked out. Because I don't know. That's where my head is. And that's hilarious to me. But yeah, how do you steal a mattress? How?
First felony. All right, Ms. Conway, I understand that you're not happy with Mr. Truckee as your attorney.
Not necessarily, because I gave him documents when you sent him to the jail. I was in the hospital on the 2nd in the middle of the month.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I gave him documents when he sent him over to the jail, because I was in the hospital on the 2nd and in the middle of the month of August. So I wouldn't have failed to appear otherwise.
All right,
So
but
his job was for you to do an emergency PR bond.
yes,
He didn't do
and
none of it. I said in the
well,
jail, getting.
he
like,
could
all the stuff
have-
happened in the jail.
jumped up and down and screamed and yelled and pleaded on his knees for a PR bond, and I wouldn't have given you one. You have a
Okay.
history of not showing up. You got multiple addresses. On one of these, you said you lived in Goodrich, Michigan. On another one, you said you lived in Pontiac. On another one, you told me you lived in, I don't remember where.
That's a lie.
Westville, Milford,
Oh my
and a
God.
Constantine address, a White Pigeon address, and a Sturgis address. I don't even know where you are. So I wasn't gonna give you a PR bond. You have $1,204 of unpaid other fines and costs, including an open, a drinking driving case, another retail fraud, 2 disturbing the pieces, and then allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code. You are a mess. And I'm watching you disintegrate before my eyes. I first met you in 2022 or so. And when you came here from the east side. And
I
you
grew up
met-
here actually with my mom, the Bingaman family. That's my mom.
Or I guess you told me that
Yes,
before,
so
but
I was raised in a split family, Conway Bingaman. So, yes, I've been growing up on each side,
all right,
Constantine and the east side. So, but I don't appreciate insult because that's the first time I met you was in 2022. Remember I had a baby?
yes.
Yes, I was 6 months.
Well, I'm
pregnant.
not trying to be
Same
unkind.
kind of circumstances going on right now, except for your jail staff. I just had to write a statement to the police on.
All right, but
Okay.
you
And I'm
are,
also a victim of this county right now. The state trooper Bowers on.
well, you are killing yourself.
No, they're trying to, not
Well,
me
all
counting.
right, well, let's back up to these 3 retail fraud charges. They've offered to dismiss one of them if you plead to 2 of them. You've got 28 days in jail. You've got previous fines and costs that you don't have the ability to pay on. I don't know where your address is. All 3 of these things are on video. They recognize you every time you come in the store. On one of them, you allegedly stole a mattress and they found the mattress. So it's not Mr. Truckee's fault that you couldn't get out on a PR bond. That was on me. You're entitled to a PR bond in a misdemeanor case after 28 days. You've been in jail for 28 days. So here's where we are. The irony of this If you plead not guilty, I have no choice but to let you out of jail. I'm afraid, A, that you'll go into the wind again, and B, that you'll get in more trouble. But if you plead guilty to these charges, I'm gonna set everything for sentencing and try to take care of your other cases. What would you like to do here today?
I'd like to get out of jail.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Where will you go?
Probably to a hotel room or go home in Constantine.
At Miller's Mill Road?
Yeah, like I stay at my aunt and Brenda's just right next door, most likely.
Well, why did you tell the police you lived in Goodrich or you lived in
I never told
Pontiac?
them I lived in Goodrich. They don't know, I don't know what they're talking about. I lived in Goodrich like 5 years ago. Like 6 years, when they were delivering me a subpoena for a Jacob Roger Turner. They wanted to know where I lived. I lived out in Goodrich then. That was a long time ago. My daughter is almost 2 now. That was a long time ago. I haven't lived in Goodrich in a long time. That's when I moved out of White Pigeon. Remember when I lived in White Pigeon? And
Yes.
I got a disturbing the peace charge and I missed court for that, so I was quite guilty, got out on a PR, or no, whatever it was.
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I know that you went out of jail, and I guess I don't have any choice in the matter. But I'm not gonna let.
Yeah, I have no idea. I can't understand a word she's saying. I don't remember why you would put this clip in here, except for that little rant she had in the middle. I thought this was an interesting clip. That's all I remember. I didn't even remember she stole a mattress. But yeah, I don't understand a word she's saying. Judge Middleton speaks her language, though. He apparently knows her and her whole family as well. Well, I mean, that's a given, though.
Let you fire your lawyer, because it's not his fault. He's here to represent you on all of these. Now, what the prosecutor may do, I'm not sure, is turn these into a felony. But right now they're misdemeanors and there's a misdemeanor offer. As I said, you're on video in each case, according to the affidavits of probable cause. So at this point, you wish to continue your plea of not guilty?
yeah.
All right. I do not release Attorney Truckee. He's doing fine here. I have to set a PR bond in each case, whether I like it or not. Actually, I could, for good cause shown, leave you in custody, which would be all these other unpaid fines and costs. But, and even the fact that you habitually don't show up when you're supposed to. There is a escape valve on the 28-day bond rule if the judge finds good cause to leave the bond.
I know when I get out today, I got money I could pay and come right before.
Well, I don't want you to do any of that yet. I want you to hold on to your money. I want you to find a place to live.
Right.
But let me just be frank, there is jail in your future. You've got 3 of these retail fraud charges. They're trying, if you want a trial on each one of them, I guess you can have a trial on each one of them. They're each punishable by up to a year in jail. If you do that, the prosecutor is probably going to turn it into a felony. If we're going to try these, we might as well try just one. But at this point, we'll set a last pre-trial and maybe we can resolve it at that time. What I would really like to do is when I do a sentence, resolve all this other stuff. The drinking driving case.
All right, yeah, I was gonna wait till the pause screen to bring up Janie's message. Janie asked about how the outside's going. I'm studying. I haven't signed up for an actual test yet, so I don't have a date. But I've got my study material and I've been reading that throughout the day. So I'm gonna be prepared for it, but I haven't signed up for an actual day yet. So I wanted to take it either in October or November, and I'm still on pace for that, but I just haven't signed up yet, which I probably should do soon. But Janie, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And to who just said? the comment I brought up a second ago. Yeah. So I just decided that, I watch court all day. I have a court channel. Why not take the LSAT? No, I haven't committed to going to law school at all, but I'm going to take the LSAT to see how I do. If I prepare for it and I blow it out of the water, then maybe it's something that I may be interested in. If I prepare for it and then just do okay, it's like, maybe not. Maybe it just, it should just stay a hobby. So I'm in the middle. I'm in the middle right now. We'll see how I do.
Allowing another to violate the motor vehicle code, those two disturbing the pieces that I let you out of jail, the disorderly person I let you out of jail, retail fraud from earlier this year, 200.
They changed the test. It's no longer, what they call the logic games. They changed the test back in, I think, July. So it's a new LSAT test now. So yeah, we're preparing for a bunch of different things. I am studying the logic part still, because that's still going to be a big part of it. But the nickname the logic games is no longer in play, which kind of sucks because I would have knocked that out of the park.
$70. You don't have any money.
Yeah, I paid for I bonded out in June. In June, when I got a bondsmith, so I paid the guy back for the bondsmith.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you out of jail on all three cases and set these for a last pretrial.
Okay.
My prediction is something else is gonna go haywire before I see you next time, but I'm hopeful that I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Because right now you don't even know where you're going. A hotel, that's not a good option.
Yeah.
You were at the Spartan, you were at the junkie one.
Yeah,
in
they got a lot
Sturgis.
of things they're working on right now. The county is.
But the law says on a misdemeanor case, unless your case is resolved, you have a right to have a PR bond after 28 days, whether I like it or not. So you got a $200 PR bond in each case. You're barred from Walmart. If you go back in the Walmart store, Three Rivers or Sturgis, I'll put you back in jail with no
Yeah, I
bond.
understand that. I don't go over there anyways, but it's still an illegal trespass, so you're charged with it. If I want to be specifically honest, but I don't go back there just because I was considered a trespass.
Well, it's a
even though
condition of
when
your bond.
they did meet me in person, it was due to a welfare check on me.
Well, you
My cousin
probably could
Christopher
use a
works there.
welfare check.
I thought Christopher Bingman worked at Walmart, so I'm assuming that I was doing weird stuff in my ear because I got close injury.
Yes, I'm concerned about
Okay, yeah, I
you.
understand that. I'm not going. Yeah, you're good.
Will
I haven't been
you-
back anyway.
Will you get reconnected with Pivotal when you get out?
I don't know what Pivotal is.
It's community mental health.
I've never been there out here in the
I thought-
county. No, the only
Yeah,
time I
it's-
went there was like 8, 10 years ago. They gave me Adderall a long time ago, and that was it. I don't go to mental health.
Have you talked to
I got a neurologist. Lisa only talked to just in case I needed to go to a domestic violence shelter or sexual assault center. That's the only lady I only talked to her briefly for that, but I know a number of the call if I needed it. Cause I know when I tried to circle out a couple times in Rivers and ignored me, so I was like, I'm not to take these people's jobs out of somewhere. I was like, yeah.
Elizabeth, I'm very concerned about you.
Yeah,
I know that
right.
you're drug free because I've had you in jail for 28 days.
Well, you already
but-
know that anyways. Remember when you apologized to me and I pled guilty a couple of years ago? Because you thought I was on meth or something when I was on dextroamphetamine, which is Adderall.
Well, you were on other
But it wasn't on
amphetamines,
anything. No, I wasn't.
but I'm just concerned about how your demeanor is right now.
I don't feel good. I've been getting in there. That's why I was like, not happy with the way the people were treating me in there. In the jail staff and stuff, because you're not supposed to do stuff like that to pregnant people, I don't think.
All right, I don't have to like this, and I don't, but you're gonna get out on a PR bond. They're gonna take you back to jail, probably give you lunch, and you're gonna be standing on the front steps of the jail.
That's all right. I'll call my mom's cousin, other cousin lives in Centerville. Do you know what Todd Baum is?
It's a PR bond.
Yeah, no, I said Todd Baum and I live in Centerville. I think I could have my mom call them to give me a ride if I need it.
All right. I will
That's a
see you
safe
on, I
person.
want you to stay in contact with your lawyer so he knows how to get a hold of you. We're gonna end up with more
No, I
bench
have a new
warrants.
phone, like, the other phone got stolen.
All right, you're good to go.
Thanks.
Carl, who else do you have back there? That's four. I haven't done the three of them. Take care of it.
Yeah, that one was a little sad. That one was a lot sadder than I remember it. So let's change it. We're gonna go to Judge Stevens' court and listen to Judge Stevens yell at somebody. Shane, thank you so much for the 8 months. That is awesome. Thank you so much, Shane. I appreciate it. All right, Judge Stevens. I think Judge Stevens is next. You know me. I don't write this down. Hey, I was right. Now let's just hope I turned up the volume so we can hear him.
24C on 577 is now called the state of Texas versus Tara Hoffpower. Is that you?
Jedi, thank you so much, Jedi. Good to see you. Good to see you. Hope you're well. You know, you're not hanging out on Jail Warren's channel. Jedi, you know I'm teasing you. Thank you, Jedi. That's very generous of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay. I did remember to turn the volume up. This is the max I can turn the volume up on my end. I don't know why, but you guys know this. About 2 or 3 months ago, he just turned the volume all the way down. Someone says that he's mad at us for streaming, and he's like, I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna turn my volume down. So this is as high as I can possibly make it. I jacked the volume up while I was editing the video, and it's all the way up on my side now. So hopefully we're good.
Present with Mr. Dusler, your attorney and the state's attorney. What are we going to do today? This was looks like an announcement day. The defendant is charged with second-degree felony of assault on a peace officer, which carries with it, as you probably know, up to 20 years in prison. And let me look at something real quick.
I do very little with audio, and there's a reason for it. I can't hear. Everything I do is with my computer. I have my headphones in, and my rule of thumb is if I can hear it, everyone else can hear it. That's my rule of thumb. So, but when I try to mess with audio, it doesn't sound any different to me than it's a little louder, it's a little softer. It sucks, but you know, being mostly deaf, working on audio is never going to be my forte. You know, I could practice for hours and I'll get a little bit better at it, but I'll never be great at editing audio.
All right, go ahead.
She feels that she's not guilty of this charge, is asking to be sent on trial by the attorney.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Have you read the probable cause affidavit that the police officers say you kicked them in the face?
I definitely did. But no, I
They're
haven't been able
both
to
lying,
read
are
it.
they? Are they both lying in this sworn affidavit?
I haven't read that. sir.
Well, that's what it says in the sworn affidavit.
Um,
That's what it says. So would they be lying if that's what they put?
Probably just one.
You know, I would absolutely say yes, but our good friend Wixom, I don't know if Wixom's here. Wixom has donated probably 75% of the total LSAT fund. So I don't have a specific LSAT fund because I don't have the date scheduled yet. But it's definitely going to happen. But Wixom has been very what's the word I can use? I can't think of the right word to use, but he's been very good about making sure that the LSAT's taken care of.
Misunderstanding. My body was in fight or flight, sir. They were
What did you just say?
fight or flight. I was trying to leave the
Fight or flight?
Sir, I
What do you
didn't
mean
leave.
by that?
Two people in plain clothes walked into the forest because I was homeless at the time.
Into the where?
It was like a forest area, like there was trees.
Oh, in the woods?
Yes, sir. And they said they were there to talk to me, so I asked them what they were there to talk to me about. They weren't being very clear, so I asked them what my name was, you know, make sure they were talking to the right person. And again, they didn't say my name, so I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave. So I walked right past them. I was not running.
Okay,
I was just
that's okay.
honestly a little worried, to be honest. So I walked to the clearing
Right.
and I wanted to get to the road.
Okay, well,
And they grabbed me from the back, sir. Honestly, I don't even remember much of what happened, but I wasn't trying to hurt anybody.
Says they were wearing their Beaumont Police Department badge. That's what it says here. Anyway, this will be set for trial. And we'll get this as soon as we can. It'll probably go quickly. We're gonna move this quickly because there's not a lot of issues here. I think it's your word or their word, looks like, unless there's some other witnesses you have. I don't
There are other people that were there.
know. What were their names? Do you know?
I'll get that all in file. I'm not gonna be thrown under the bus, Your Honor.
Did you tell Mr. Dusler about it all?
I have the opportunity to really have a good meeting. Everything seems very rushed. I haven't even been able to read what was being said against me.
Why is that?
Sir, I'm not a violent person.
I'm asking him, why is that?
We had a long visit to jail last week and she wanted to think about things over the weekend. We were busy.
But did you show her the discovery?
You didn't even ask me what happened.
We
sir.
discussed it.
I feel like I'm being demonized and I'm not an aggravated person. I would be more than happy to apologize for.
Well, somebody's not
Anything.
telling me the truth here, just between the meeting between y'all two. Which I don't like.
I don't feel like a 5-minute meeting is a very long meeting, and I don't feel like a lawyer who does not ask who didn't ask what happened seemed like they cared very much at all. I'm shaking now because I'm being accused of kicking people in the face, which again, I'm not an aggressive person. I try to stop fights from happening.
Yeah.
I was grabbed from the back, and I understand the police force. I understand that they have to keep.
May I ask you, it says you're a transient. Where are you originally from?
What do you mean, like I'm from?
It says this, you're homeless. That's what it says on the indictment.
I was homeless. I was going through some hard times.
Where are you from? What,
I'm from Texas. My parents lived all over
where'd you grow up? Oh, they moved around?
around the Golden Triangle, like Orange, Beaumont
okay,
area,
okay.
yes, sir.
Are they
But
still around?
my mom lives in Idaho, and my father's
Have a good night, Aaron. Thank you for stopping by. It was good to see you.
been in prison for 19 years. But well, I got in trouble about 8 years ago, and I changed my entire life
For the
that.
better, I hope.
For the better. This was God trying to wake me up, but I did not intend on kicking anybody, or I was grabbed from the back, sir. I like honestly, like my whole plan when I left, was to, like, I've been sitting
Were
there for
there
about a
other
month.
people in the woods too?
There was other people there, yes, sir, but I don't want to go back to the woods. I want to go to Franklin House.
Why is that? Why?
Because I don't want to be stagnant anymore.
What do you think Franklin House can do for you?
Well, I've been clean now for a month and a half. And before that, I was clean for 8 years. I did not mean to.
So you were using drugs until a month and a half ago?
Yes, sir. I had been using drugs, and I had also been talking to people about wanting to clean up my life. And me getting
drugs
pulled
is
in.
it? What kind of drugs were you using? And do they get them out in the woods?
I mean, drugs are everywhere, so they're not, it's not hard to get
Play
drugs.
like
It's about
I
not
feel like I
wanting to
don't know
use
what I'm
them.
talking about. Where does a homeless person get drugs for free?
Sir, I'm a woman. Women can get drugs from anybody for free.
Mhm.
But I don't want to live that kind of life. I want to go back to college and
What
get my
kind of
BA.
drugs? What kind of drugs?
I was
are out there?
smoking meth, sir.
Methamphetamine.
And that was what I was doing.
Until
I'm sorry,
what, just a month ago?
about a month and a half, but
Was that when you were arrested?
I wasn't high when I was arrested.
No, when you
But-
were arrested a month ago?
For this, the event happened about 6 months ago. And I was brought in on accusation, and I was told that it was dropped due to lack of evidence. And so then I was, I was prepared to come back if need be to
Okay,
deal
I
with
understand.
it. But
But-
about a month and a half ago, they
But
told me
you
I had a
know-
warrant.
You know, this says this happened in February 12th of this year,
Oh, this year, sir.
which would have been the time you're saying you were using methamphetamine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You don't think that might have been an impact on what your actions were?
No, sir, I was like, I don't go out and get,
You use meth and you're clear-headed?
no, I'm not saying that at all.
No.
I'm saying that like, I was out and I had just gotten back to where I had been
All right.
staying, and I don't go out high.
We're gonna get this to trial, and it sounds like we can fast track this one. if
Yes, sir.
possible. And Mr.
Sure.
Dusler here is actually a very fine lawyer, no matter what you're saying and no matter what the experience you make.
A different.
You know
lawyer,
what?
sir.
You're gonna interrupt me just all day long and we'll
Yes.
be here. You know? Will you let me speak now? Because she can't take both people talking.
Yes, sir.
And it's rude and you speak over them. Okay, Mr. Dusler, a very good lawyer, and it's your call. If you want him to continue to be your lawyer, we'll set this for trial and he'll be your lawyer. Is that what you wish?
I do, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, then it shall be done.
And Judge, I think also for the record, I'd like court to know that I have advised her that there is an offer for deferred adjudication of probation on the table. And if she goes to trial and is found guilty, the jury has no way to give her a deferred adjudication.
You can get probation,
But it would be a final conviction, in which she wants to avoid.
It would be a conviction, if you get probation. It's a type of probation what we call regular. Deferred or unadjudicated probation is a form of a suspension of the charges where you're not convicted. So, but you have a prior conviction, is that what you're saying? For something?
9 years ago, yes, sir.
Was it a felony offense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, then you're not going to be eligible for probation if you have a felony offense.
And certainly not for deferred adjudication, which we have an offer on the table for deferred.
Well, you're going to continue to represent her and y'all can talk about this more if she decides to change her mind. Otherwise, we'll set it for trial. Okay. You understand what's happened? Okay.
Oh, yes, yes, sir.
All right. Then that's what shall be done. Thank you. Jeremy Pittman is next. Tom.
Yeah, I think I might stop playing clips that are older that I don't 100% know what I'm putting into a live. I thought she was getting yelled at for something. You know, 2 sad clips in a row. We got to change it up, especially because the video is almost over. I think I have 2 clips left. Is the next one Judge Shackelford? Because the Judge Shackelford one is a lot of yelling. I know it's a lot of yelling. Please be Judge Shackelford.
I'm sorry.
All right, Judge Shackelford. All right, this one's not sad. It's not sad. It might frustrate you, but it's not sad. All right. Couldn't do another sad one. I'm getting a little emotional over here. Oh, also, by the way, Sparkle Poots, thank you so much for the PayPal. I appreciate it. And do not worry, Sparkle Poots. I will do my best not to get a big head. I generally have the opposite mind of thinking. I think I'm less than everybody else, so I have a smaller head. I don't know. It's just my way of thinking. It's kind of how I work, which is why I get triggered easily by other people. Maybe. Now I'm sitting here talking on a soapbox again. But Sparkle Poops, thank you so much. And if I do get a big head, Sparkle, I'm sure that you will be happy to kick me off my my high horse, I guess. Okay, you know what? Let's go. Let's just go.
I was muted and I'm asking why nobody is talking to me. So you're just watching me talk like a weirdo. Did you hear me ask if everyone is here on Lenitra Pines?
Okay. I forgot. I kept the beginning of this in just because Judge Shackelford called herself a weirdo, and I love it. I love calling people weirdos because I am a weirdo. Trying to rewind it to the middle of my pause so we can hear her call herself a weirdo again. You know what? I'm just gonna play it from here. Judge Shackelford called herself a weirdo.
I'm sorry, I was muted and I'm asking why nobody is talking to me. So you're just watching me talk like a weirdo. Did you hear me ask if everyone is here on Lenitra Pines?
The plaintiff is here.
All right, and I see Ms. Pines is here, okay. All right, I was really talking to myself for much longer than I realized. All right. This is 230111725 Universal Collections versus Lenitra Pines.
Yes, Robert Warner appearing for Universal Collections LLC. P48843 is my number.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name?
Lenitra Pines.
Okay.
No. I don't think I'm being picked on at all. I do not think I'm being picked on at all. You guys are all awesome. No, I do not think I'm being picked on. If how I worded what I said came across that way, I apologize. I wasn't supposed to. I was just saying that the way that my brain works and the way that my head works is I generally always feel that I don't want to say I'm not good enough. I always just feel that other people are better. Let me say that. But I don't belittle myself. I just look up. I'm always looking up at other people. So that's why I think that I don't really get a big head because of that. I think I stay humble because I'm always looking up to people. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, hopefully that comes across better. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think I'm being picked on at all. Cheshire Cat, thank you so much. Yes, I'm a weirdo too, Judge. We're all weirdos. And let's be honest. We all watch Court for fun. So if you're watching Court for fun and you don't consider yourself a weirdo, then yeah, I got some news for you. You're a weirdo. And I've always said you can't call someone a weirdo unless you are one, and I are one.
We've been to court so many times on this case.
Yes, we have.
All right, so I've already made a ruling that the motion to.
You know what is awesome? Every time Heineken jumps in here and drops a comment like that, I just kill him with kindness because Heineken is a good friend of mine. So everyone that just read his comment, like, why is he saying that? Heineken's a good friend of mine. Heineken, how was your surgery, man? I hope you're recovering well. Yeah, I don't think I've seen you in about a month. So yeah, hopefully your surgery went well, man. I hope you're recovering, or you maybe you have fully recovered. I don't know. I feel like it's been a few weeks since the last time I saw you, but it is really good to see you, man. It really is.
Set aside, the judgment was denied. And then we entered an order for installment payments at a very low amount of $30 a month because Ms. Pines indicated she was undergoing some hardship, and I do recognize the facts of this case. But then none of the payments were made. So then we set aside the order for installment payments since none of the payments had been made. And it looks like we signed that, I believe, on February 15th. We came back in March. I continued the payment plan. And then in July, the payment plan was set aside. And now we have yet another motion to set aside the default judgment. And is that accurate?
So what is a motion because of mistaken identity as far as the person that they served was not at my address? So I was
Miss Pines, listen.
Yes.
I have reviewed this file. This case has been in front of me for well over a year. I have reviewed this file up and down. I have addressed every argument that could be made. We've addressed it all on record previously. The judgment stands. That is my ruling. No, you cannot. I've already addressed this. Ms. Pines, I have already done this. We have already had a motion specifically on this issue. I have already ruled on this issue, and I'm not going to continue to have filings in the court that are identical to the filings. These are all arguments you made. Arguments that were made last time. It served at the wrong address. It wasn't you. It was someone else. It could have been another family member, and you did not receive notice of it. We've done all of this. Ms. Pines, I've been patient. I've been respectful, but I'm not hearing. I'm done. I am not hearing arguments like today. I don't need to, Ms. Pines.
You didn't let me speak last time either. That's why I'm back in court, because last time I didn't have a chance to argue my case because you continued to speak and you didn't let me speak my part. That's why I came back to court with you.
Motion is
So,
denied.
Miss, oh my God. So they served the wrong address. They served apartment 6 and not
They
apartment
served the
6A.
wrong address. They served the wrong
They did. They
person.
have it on their form that they provided. They have that they serve apartment 6. And he said that I still live there. And that it's addressed it to apartment 6A, my P.O. box. I live at 6A. They serve apartment 6.
No,
It's
we've
2
done
different
this.
addresses, Your Honor. He has it, and he has it in his argument that it's 2 different addresses.
Okay, I've heard your argument.
But
All
it's 2
set.
different addresses, Your Honor. So he served apartment 6. I live at apartment 6A. And he even says in his argument that he served apartment 6 and that the P.O. box is associated with apartment 6A, which is my previous address, which is the address I provided proof of motion of eviction to you, Your Honor, and also a picture of me in front of the building of building A, apartment 6 through 8, which my items were set outside. That's my address. They serve apartment 6. They didn't serve my
Ms.
apartment building.
Pines, I have heard all of the facts of this case. I understand your argument. The judgment stands.
Okay, so basically the only thing I have to do is just get a lawyer to fight for my case, because as a citizen, I'm not going to be heard, and you're going to overtalk me and take their side.
Ms. Pines, we've had so many hearings on this. I've heard everything there is to hear.
And
If you want to
understand, but
file
this
an
has always
attorney,
been my
you can
argument.
appeal my decision to circuit court. The transcripts on this case are lengthy. You are entitled to an appeal if you want to go that route. I've heard everything there is to hear, and I have made my ruling.
But you're
Thank
not
you.
listening to the facts that have been provided in front of you.
Hey, bye.
All right.
I love it when judges hang up on people. I love it when they hang up on people. And, let's be fair. If you're in a landlord-tenant case and you're a tenant battling eviction, and you're in front of the court for multiple hearings with the same argument about service, I'm sorry. Like, one time, okay, you weren't served. You were in court for it. How long are you going to keep that up? You can't keep that up to live rent free. It's not going to work. I'm glad I stopped myself from saying something stupid. All right, this next clip's the last one of the evening, and it is a short one. It's only about 3 minutes long. The reason I have this in here is because this defendant is Gandalf. It is Gandalf the Grey. It really is. If you look at the thumbnail, you might think that I just photoshopped the picture of Gandalf and put him on there. No, it's this defendant. It really is. And this is Gandalf the Grey. Now, there are some MH issues here. He does say some things that are a little out there at the end of his hearing. But, yeah, he's in here because it's Gandalf. It has to be Gandalf. And, they finally found him. I think, what's his name? Peter. Who was the director of the movie? Peter. I can't think of his last name. He needs to go rein Gandalf in. Hopefully he can get another movie in out of him. But it's going to be hard to while he's in jail. All right. I'm going to let this video play out, though. Again, this is a 3-minute clip. It is not long. So I'm going to let this clip play. Let the outro play. While it's Peter Jackson. Thank you, Heineken. Thank you. So I'm going to let this play out. You guys have a great night. You guys were awesome tonight. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you to the mods. I appreciate all your hard work, as always. Thank you for all the super chats, the gifted memberships, the membership milestones, the PayPals. You guys are all awesome. Okay. Let's watch Gandalf. Let's have a great night. Let's have a great weekend. Don't do anything dumb. Be safe. Please be safe. Don't do anything dumb. Okay. Yep. Really, it's really only 3 minutes. So that's why I'm gonna let it play out. Okay. You guys have a great night. It was very nice hanging out with you all. You know what? I haven't been in Discord in a while. Let's jump in Discord after this. Anyone who wants to hang out in Discord after this, let's jump in Discord and have a little chat. So I'll be in the Discord lounge if you guys want to talk. Okay. Until next time, bye.
Thank you and welcome back. Once again, we are on the record in case number 22-8470 SM. Mr. Kane, you had opportunity to review the allegations on the bench warrant nature of the same with Mr. Leedy.
I did, Your Honor. Mr. Leedy is aware that he can contest those and he can have Mr. Connolly's assistance in that contest. He'd prefer instead to admit that he did in fact miss that final conference. He will admit to that bond violation. He's asking that I address the court regarding bond.
I was seeking housing down in Ann Arbor also.
Okay, so Mr. Leedy, this is the fourth failure to appear warrant in this case, could be fifth. But
I understand that, Your Honor.
2022. So I understand that you have requested Mr. Kane to address bond. I am going to remand you until the time that you see the judge. I don't know when the judge will be available, but you will be remanded until the time that you see the judge.
This is bullshit, Kane.
Otherwise, this case will never be completed.
It will never be completed until I'm dead. That's the problem. They want to kill me.
No, sir.
You want to kill me? You already tried to kill me here in this jail. I got a double hernia, and the lower one is a bowel incursion, and they won't even address the issue for 18 days while I was here. I don't even want to give a shit about living.
Okay. So Mr. Leedy, you will be remanded to jail until the time that you're able to have a plea in front of the judge. Again, I'm not certain when that will be. It will be as quickly as possible. And for right now, you're all set.
No, you.
No, I rewound it. I wanted to say that this is the comment of the night because it was perfect. Vic, you nailed it. But instead I rewound it all the way back to the beginning. Man, way to kill the mood, Colin. Now talking to the third person. Vic, that was an amazing comment. I was gonna pause it just for you. But yeah, rewound it. Okay. I don't know where this is gonna be. I may have it's only a 3-minute clip, so I may have rewound it back to the beginning. Anyways, you guys have a great night. Vic, that was awesome. Great comment.
This case will never be completed.
It will never be completed until I'm dead. That's the problem. They want to kill me.
No, sir.
You want to kill me? You already tried to kill me here in this jail. I got a double hernia, and the lower one is a bowel incursion, and they won't even address the issue for 18 days while I was here. I don't even want to give a shit about living.
Okay. So Mr. Leedy, you will be remanded to jail until the time that you're able to have a plea in front of the judge. Again, I'm not certain when that will be. It will be as quickly as possible. And for right now, you're all set. You can ask the officer to come in and let you go back, please. Mr. Leedy, you're muted, and I did that on purpose. We're all set, sir.